45 days. Does that seem enough time, or seem like enough time for movies to be in theaters before they hit digital platforms, and then maybe a couple of weeks later physical platforms? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, what's the point? I mean, I get the fact that word has spread throughout the years, if not in the past year because of COVID, that the cinema experience is slowly dying out, that it's going away. However, we've noticed lately that a lot of movies that potentially would have been simultaneously put on, streaming platforms. And so, as I was saying, 45 days. Did it seem like enough time? I mean, as I was saying before the phone rang there, I get that, a lot of people for the past couple of years, if not more so last year during COVID, or because of COVID, have been saying that the theater experience, the cinema experience, is slowly dying out, just like physical media. But, as we have noticed, and this is what I was trying to say before the phone rang, a lot of movies that potentially would have simultaneously been released on streaming platforms and in theaters are basically being promoted as only in theaters now. Like, basically, a lot of studios that were considering it have worked out deals and negotiations thanks to this new 45-day platform to officially put the movie in the theaters so people can get the big screen experience. However, again, the question is 45 days, a justified number? And there will be some people that will say yes, because you don't need 45, because you don't need, so basically what they'll come out and say is, you don't need but maybe a few days once in a while between the time frame to go and see, the movie you want to see. If you enjoy it and you want to see it again and again, you got plenty of time within that 45-day range to do so, especially on the weekends. Now, I do understand that some feel that it's not enough time, and that there should be more time. I mean, here's what's funny. John Campea was talking about this about a week or so ago, where Christopher Nolan, Christopher Nolan, has this movie coming out, and he's basically wanting the movie to be given, and it's supposed to be a big time movie, a big epic movie, probably one of his, it's being touted basically as one of his masterpieces, like, a movie that once the big picture nominations get announced, that it's a front runner for potentially winning that award. Well, Christopher Nolan, because I guess he has some swag, in Hollywood more so than any director and producer, wants more of a 90-day or 120-day window for a movie, for his movie, or if not any movie, to be in theaters. And you might say to yourself, well, what's the point in that? People are only going to see the movie maybe once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, that's it. Why would they want to keep it, why would anybody want to keep the movie in theaters for that long? And I think the honest reason, and this is just me, is, and even John Campea kind of pointed this out, is the longer it's in theaters, despite where it's at in the box office category, like top 5, number 1, top 10, top 25, whatever, that it's going to make money. And that the more money it makes, the more potential, I don't know if John Campea, I can't remember if John said this or not, but the more money it makes at the box office, from a North American standpoint, and then an international standpoint, the more, basically backing, the more backing, in other words, someone like Nolan would need to potentially do a follow-up on the film. Like if he wants to do a sequel, even if the movie doesn't do so well, and it remains in the theaters for 90, 120 days, whatever the case is, then basically that's plenty of time, to make the money back, if not more so. And failure or not, it's, basically opens the door for him to get a sequel, and that is indeed true. I mean, the more money you make at the box office, the more potential you have of getting a sequel made for that film, or getting more projects, under that movie studio's name to be released in theaters with that same time frame. So again, though, going back to the original question of the video, is 45 days enough, or is what Nolan wants to do more time? In other words, should movies have more time in theaters than just the 45 days? And like I said at the beginning of the video, before the interruption by the phone, honestly, I think when you look at it from potentially a moviegoer's point of view, 45 days is enough. 45 days is enough, so that way, if they do want to see it again after that 45 days, they don't have to wait long before, boom, it's on Vudu, or boom, it's on Amazon, or boom, it's on Disney Plus, or boom, it's on HBO Max, or boom, it's on Paramount Plus. They don't have to wait too long, because then they can watch it there, with no problems. However, if it's given more time, then that does require a lot of patience. And basically, a lot of people feel that the 45-day window is enough. It is enough time. I mean, you're basically looking at 30 days and 15 more days. In other words, you're looking at 6 weeks at the box office, instead of maybe something longer of 3 months. And for a lot of people nowadays, that's more of an ideal time frame for a movie to be in theaters before hitting digital and then eventually physical media in the near future, than maybe, let's say, a 120-day, 90-day, whatever theatrical run that it gets. Something that, like I said, Christopher Nolan, is proposing to have happen with his film. But what do you guys think? Do you think 45 days is a more appropriate time frame, that is, for a movie to be in theaters before coming to digital and then eventually physical media for purchase and rental? Or do you think maybe what Christopher Nolan is asking for and what it's been traditionally in the past, it makes more sense, and that's having more of a 2 months, 3 months, theater run, a theatrical run for the film? Do you think that's better suited for it than 45 days is what I'm trying to say. Let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below, live chat during the premiere, like the video, check me out at Teespring, check me out on Patreon at BW Rosas, Brian Walmer, BW Rosas Discussions on all your favorite podcast locations except for Pandora, as well as check me out on Vimeo at BW Rosas. And that's about it, guys, but let me know what your thoughts are. And sorry if I did ramble or I feel a little off, I'm a little off here. Like I said, the phone rang, which is why I had to stop immediately and then restart. But again, let me know what your thoughts are. How do you feel about it? I mean, me, honestly, I don't care either way. Because, theater-wise, it doesn't matter if it's 45 days or 90 days or whatever. I don't care either way, because, sometimes a 45-day window, and even compared to a 90-day window, gives you plenty of time, and it allows a lot of other cinemas, like maybe even the budget cinemas that are still out there, to have an actual opportunity to showcase the movie as well. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and I will talk to y'all later.